What if everything you thought you knew about Robin Hood was a lie? Not a misunderstood hero, not a noble outlaw, but something far darker. And what if the legend you grew up with was actually built on blood? This is exactly what The Death of Robin Hood 2026 dares to show us. A brutal reimagining of the legendary outlaw, directed by Michael Sarnoski and starring Hugh Jackman in one of his darkest roles yet. But this is not the Robin Hood you remember. No merry men, no heroic speeches, no stealing from the rich to save the poor. Instead, we open in silence, a cold, empty peatland in 13th century England. Wind cuts through the land like a blade. And there sits Robin Hood, old, worn, covered in mud and scars. Hugh Jackman plays him not like a hero, but like a man who has survived too much violence to ever be called human again. He is alone by a dying fire when something moves in the darkness. A young woman appears, a drifter. She thinks she has found a weak old man, but she is wrong. Robin grabs her instantly, and in a chilling moment, he tells her she made a mistake coming close. He could smell her long before she arrived. And then, without hesitation, he kills her. A knife straight through the skull. No music, no mercy, no legend, just death. And in that moment, everything you thought you knew about Robin Hood is gone. Because this is not a hero. This is a man built from violence itself. But what turned him into this? And why does the world still call him a legend? Stay with me, because the truth is only beginning to unfold. After the opening shock, the story pulls us deeper into Robin's broken world. We learn that Robin Hood is not just feared, he is hunted. Not only by soldiers or kings, but by families, by sons, fathers, brothers, all carrying the weight of what Robin has done. Because Robin Hood, as this film reveals, has not stolen from the rich to help the poor. He has stolen from everyone and killed anyone who stood in his way. Bill Skarsgård enters the story as Little John, but even that name feels broken now. He is no longer a loyal companion, but a man trying to survive the same violence that created Robin. And he brings a dangerous offer. One last job, one last act of survival, one last chance at something that might resemble peace. But Robin does not believe in peace, only escape. The mission goes horribly wrong. Violence erupts in muddy, brutal chaos. Bodies fall, screams vanish into the wind, and Robin Hood, the legendary outlaw, is finally brought to his knees, mortally wounded. But death does not take him yet. Instead, something else does. He is carried away to a remote monastery island, a place cut off from war, from revenge, from legend. There, a woman named Sister Brigid appears, played by Jodie Comer. And she does something no one else has ever done for Robin Hood. She saves him, but healing him may be more dangerous than killing him ever was. Because in this quiet place, Robin is forced to do something he has avoided his entire life. Remember. But what he remembers will change everything. The priory becomes a strange kind of prison, not of walls, but of silence. Robin is weak, injured, stripped of his weapons, and for the first time, he is not feared. He is watched. Sister Brigid tends to him, calm, mysterious, almost unnatural in her peace. Around them, life continues. A dying leper, a silent community, a strange stillness that feels almost unreal. And slowly, Robin begins to change. But not in the way you expect, because this is where the film twists deeper. Robin is no longer the man of legend, and he refuses to even use his name. He becomes Randall,
a ghost trying to disappear from history itself. But history does not forget him. Little Margaret, the daughter of Little John, arrives at the priory, a child surrounded by violence, now placed in the care of the man responsible for so much of it, and she begins to bond with him, strangely, almost dangerously. But she is not the only arrival. A young man appears, one eye damaged, his body marked by violence, and his goal is simple: revenge. Because Robin Hood did something to him, or to his family, and now he has come to finish the story. Tension begins to rise inside the priory, because peace here is not guaranteed. It feels temporary, fragile, like glass waiting to break. And Sister Brigid, she knows something she is not saying, because this place may not be as safe as it seems, and Robin Hood may not be as changed as he believes. Now everything begins to collapse. The past catches up, not in a battlefield, but in silence. The young man seeking revenge moves closer. The truth about Robin Hood begins to surface, and Sister Brigid reveals something deeper about this place. This priory is not just a sanctuary, it is a test, a place of balance, of judgment, of whether a man like Robin Hood can ever be forgiven or even changed. Robin is forced to confront everything, not just the violence he committed, but the myth built around him. Because in this version of the story, Robin Hood was never a hero. He was a weapon, a man whose legend grew larger than his crimes. And now, at the end of his life, he must face the truth, not through battle, but through acceptance. The final moments are not about war, they are about silence. Robin Hood, broken and fading, finally understands what his life has been. Not justice, not heroism, but consequence. And as the film closes, there is no glorious ending, no legendary final bow, only a man finally becoming honest about who he was and what it cost. Because in the death of Robin Hood, the legend does not survive, only the truth does. And that is the full story of The Death of Robin Hood 2026, a dark reimagining that destroys the myth just to reveal the man underneath. But now, I want to know what you think. Was Robin Hood ever really a hero, or just a story we needed to believe? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy cinematic movie explanations like this, subscribe for more deep story breakdowns, because every legend has a darker truth hiding beneath it.